Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are set to battle it out, and I'm here on Broadway asking people who they put their money on.
Musk.
Why?
He trains. That guy's gonna beat his.
But Mark Zuckerberg is actually training jiu-jitsu for 9 months.
Not happening.
Elon Musk. He has no soul, and I think he's definitely just gonna no holds barred.
Elon, that oh God, stop playing with Elon. Elon really do this out here, for real.
Elon Musk is mental, so Elon Musk. I think Zuckerberg would be a bit more refrained.
I'm gonna have to go with Zuckerberg. I mean, Threads just came out, so.
Zuckerberg, he's part alien or robot, so he may have some secret powers that we don't know about.
Elon Musk.
I think Elon's
He
smarter.
works with robots, so maybe he built a robot to fight for him.
But what if Mark Zuckerberg is a robot?
Oh, wow.
Then I might have to change my answer.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Me.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about some news that was very predictable, okay, but it's right up my alley. I love talking about business strategy, why companies make the decisions that they make, okay, because that's just interesting stuff to me, right? And this just so happens to involve the culture war, and at the center of the culture war in politics is Twitter, an app, a platform that the leftists swore up and down was going to fall, right? They thought it was going to fall when Elon Musk bought the company. It didn't, right? They thought it was going to fall when Elon Musk fired all the woke revolutionaries that worked at the company. It didn't, right? And most recently, they predicted that Twitter would fall after Mark Zuckerberg, who is a agent of the Democrat Party, launched his own version of Twitter called Threads, okay? The only reason I think that he started that platform is literally to take down Elon Musk, because that's what the left wants to do, okay? They want to take down Elon Musk. They don't like the fact that Elon Musk allows free speech for the most part. Again, it's not perfect, but free speech is the biggest threat to the Democrats and their regime, okay? Because they know in the marketplace of ideas that they would not be able to compete and to win without having some handicap by, big tech, in which left-wing ideas are promoted over everybody else, okay? Right-wing ideas are censored. Left-wing ideas, even if they're extremist ideas and they result in real-world violence and harm, they don't really get censored that much. So like I said, leftists swore up and down, leftists like Joy Reid, they swore up and down that it was over for Twitter, right? Twitter's going to collapse because there was going to be a mass exodus of liberals who would go to Threads, and it's over for Elon Musk, okay? This is what they were talking about because of all the hate speech on the app.
I'm just going to give you myself as an example. I'm somebody who, I stopped using Twitter quite a long time ago. I don't tweet. I don't want to give Elon any content. But every so often I would check it just as an aggregator, just to see if there's any news in there in between the Nazi tweets. After a while, I stopped doing that because it's like, I don't want to have to read through Nazi crap just to see what's in the news. Threads, since that has launched, to me, there's no reason to check Twitter anymore. All of the major Natto blogs on there, the Washington Post is on there. All of the stuff I would normally read, I can aggregate it on Threads. Twitter now is useless to me. If people like me are leaving, I don't know how Twitter survives. Twitter still is a dangerous place in terms of disinformation. We know there's lots of disinformation, about Ukraine. There's lots of Nazi stuff on there. But I wonder if it concentrates it so much that the right-wingers get bored of talking to each other, right? When Twitter is Getter, they don't want to be on there. They want to be where the liberals are because they want to own the libs, and they can only do that in places where normal people are. And I wonder if they start trying to infect and impact Threads the same way, and whether there are enough guardrails to keep them from coming over there. Because that's one thing I've noticed. They don't like talking to each other. They want to talk to normal people, and they can only do that if they break out of their closed platforms and get onto ones where normal people are.
Yeah, so you guys want to know the irony and what's so hilarious about that analysis from Joy Reid is actually not bad, right? That's some of the best analysis that I've heard from Joy Reid in a long time, except she just got it twisted, right? Those same reasons that she outlined in regards to why conservatives want to be on the same platform as liberals is the same reason why liberals want to be on the same platform as conservatives, and why Twitter is not going to collapse, and why Threads is ultimately gonna fail, right? Which, again, you guys see the headline here. Zuckerberg's Threads app plummets 70% in usage as Twitter competitor sees second week of decline from initial bubble. Now, again, back to what Joy Reid was saying. Joy Reid was making an argument that, well, people don't want to be in an echo chamber. She's right. liberals don't want to be in an echo chamber either. That's why all the other liberal apps that came before Threads didn't work. It didn't work because when you get on those apps and all you have is people that agree with you, it gets boring, right? There's no excitement, okay? Twitter works because you have both sides on the app, okay? All of these alternatives, and I'm also even including Truth Social. Truth Social has probably been the most successful Twitter alternative, mainly because Trump is on the app, not because it has any unique features that I think differentiates it from Twitter, but really because Trump is up there. Outside of Truth Social, really, all the other apps that try to compete with Twitter, whether they're left wing or right wing or whatever, right? They don't work. The reason why they don't work is because it is really hard to get people to move to another social media platform when it has the same features, right? If it's a carbon copy of the original app, right? It's really hard to get people to move, okay? That's more difficult than people think, okay? Because people are used to using a certain app. People build up a following. People have their news aggregated in a certain way. The algorithm is tailored to your experience on the app, and you just can't replicate that by going to an app like Threads, right? That's just the reality of tech, okay? If you're gonna make a new app, you have to make a new app or a new platform that has entirely different features or something that's extremely unique that is going to attract people to the app and keep them to stay. Threads doesn't have that, and they're not going to be able to develop it fast enough in order to ultimately take down Twitter. Twitter is at the point now where they're now paying people to tweet, right? They're paying people to tweet, okay? Which a lot of leftists are kicking themselves because they didn't sign up for Twitter Blue, which is their premium service, which you pay $8 a month. And now you can monetize your tweets. You can monetize the platform, which is what I told you guys what was going to happen when Elon Musk hired his new CEO, who came from NBC Universal. Her specialty is advertising. I told you guys that was going to happen, okay? That Twitter was going to become a platform in which creators would be able to monetize their tweets, okay, and their content, and that's going to be a game changer. And they're currently working on a way to make the platform more advertiser friendly in regards to advertisers being able to place ads on content that they deem to be friendly, okay? While at the same time, they're trying to make that platform as free speech friendly as possible, okay? And I think that Elon Musk can actually thread the needle on this, and I think he's honestly doing an amazing job at it as of right now, okay? So yeah, with that being said, Twitter has not collapsed. In fact, the platform that's collapsing is actually Threads, okay? And I don't think that this app is going to be successful. I think initially when you had all those people sign up, I was like, well, this doesn't really mean anything because all these people were imported from Instagram, right? It's a quick sign up on Instagram in order to get on Threads, which means that, again, you already had hundreds of millions of users that could easily sign up for Threads, but that didn't mean that those users were going to stick. In fact, it was likely that a vast majority of those users were not going to stick. And again, lo and behold, that's what we're seeing here. So let's read it here because this is some interesting news. The new Twitter competitor backed by billionaire Mark Zuckerberg is plummeting 2 weeks after its initial launch, with user engagement down 70%, according to multiple reports. The Wall Street Journal reports that for the second week in a row, Threads has seen its daily active users decline and fall to a low point of 13 million. The platform peaked in users' engagement days after launching on July 7th. Media critics of Twitter owner Elon Musk heralded Threads as a realistic competitor and a threat to the company's control over the social media space. Threads is owned by its parent company, Meta Platforms. Per the Wall Street Journal, the average time users spend on the iOS and Android apps has also decreased to 4 minutes from 19 minutes. The average time spent for Android users in the US dropped to 5 minutes from a peak of 21 minutes on launch day, according to SimilarWeb, a digital data and analytics company. Yeah, so this is a big deal. The reason why it's a big deal is because, again, Twitter is an app that people go to for news, more so than anything, okay? That's what I use Twitter for. I think that's what most people use Twitter for, which is news and engaging in active conversation. So the fact that not only do you have less people actually getting on the app, right, engaging with the app, the fact that you also have those users spending less time on the app tells you everything you need to know. It's exactly what I told you guys earlier on in the video, which is that the reason why people get on these apps is because, one, you already have content curated for you that you're used to looking at, but also is because you have that political back and forth, right? People don't want to be in an echo chamber, right? Users, quite frankly, are getting bored, right? You get bored and then you get off the app. Twitter, on the other hand, it's harder to get bored because I'm engaging with different types of content, different opinions, okay, different perspectives that aren't necessarily perspectives that I agree with, and that engages me as a user, right? That's the whole point, okay? Outrage keeps people, going. It keeps people on the app, okay? Again, it's because Joy Reid can read Nazi tweets. That is why Twitter is so successful, right? When you go to Threads and, hey, there are no Nazis on the app, right? Joy Reid's words, that's boring, right? That's boring. It's really that simple, man. This stuff is not hard to figure out. Twitter's daily active users remain steady at about 200 million, and average time spent is at 30 minutes a day, according to Sensor Tower estimates. Meta executives have said they expect an eventual decline after the app gained more than 100 million signups within a week of its launching earlier this month. They have signaled that they don't see the fall off as worrisome and have said they are working on additional features. Meta aims to increase the number of users and improve the experience before trying to monetize the platform. Yeah, so it's not gonna work, right? It's not gonna work. Okay, they're not gonna be able to import all of the users from Twitter to the point where Twitter would collapse. It's just not gonna happen, right? Twitter is too ingrained. Twitter's here to stay. Mark Zuckerberg, this is gonna fail, right? And I think that this little op-ed here, we're gonna read a little bit of it, I think gives a more succinct explanation in regards to what I'm talking about and why Threads is just not going to be successful. What if someone invented Instagram without the cute golden retriever photos, without any of the fun? What if someone invented Twitter without any of the serious and snarky back and forth about news, politics, ideas, and essential information about weather or pandemics? Someone did. That someone is the one company that didn't have to do much to continue to dominate the world of social media and online advertising, Meta. The largest and richest social media company in the world and one of the most powerful surveillance and propaganda forces in the world has introduced something that almost looks and feels like Twitter and almost looks and feels like Instagram. It's called Threads, and it hit a record for gathering more than 100 million registrations in its first 5 days of existence. Of course, it did this by inviting its 1.8 billion Instagram users to use those credentials and import followers from Instagram to Threads. So it was easy. Easy ain't always interesting, though, and there is hardly anything interesting about the technology or the content on Threads. When I open up Threads, all I see is a series of posts that read like fortune cookies. They are a series of positive affirmations. It's lots of people offering therapeutic salves that purport to help everyone. One of the first threats, the best thing I can think of to call a post on Threads I read was, quote, today's reminder, don't forget to take a deep breath. A few scroll motions later, I found, quote, broken crayons, still color. The vapidity of the Threads experience makes me yearn for the trolls of Twitter. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The trolls is what makes it fun. And without the trolls, you don't get the same user engagement. People don't want to be on an app where they're not engaged, okay? When there's not drama, okay? When there are things that are not actively going on the app. And that's the problem that Threads has ran into, okay? So it seems to me that Joy Reid was wrong, right? Like the left-wing liberal media is always wrong when it comes to their predictions. Elon Musk, I think they should learn at some point not to continue to underestimate a man who, at some point will take humanity to Mars. I'm not sure if that's the guy that you want to bet against, right? I'm just saying. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.